Hey, it's me, Jim. I'm him, Uber Realty. I'm going to talk about if I were buying a house, the things I would do and the things I wouldn't do. So the first things are the things, let me get these sticky notes, what I would do. Things I would do, got an extra blank one here, and the things I wouldn't do. The first thing I would do is find a Uber Realtor. Just happens that I know one. And the reason you want somebody who's a really good realtor is they have a knowledge of the area, a knowledge of the process, and if you tell them what you need, they are going to focus on your needs and your wants, and they're going to help you find the needs, the wants, and then help you find what you can afford and try to put it into that package. You know what I mean? You really, what you don't want is a shoe shopping buddy. Someone that's just going to go along. Hey, this is a beautiful house. This is what you ought to buy. Blah, 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 blah. You know, there's just so much more to a house and a home than just the appearances of it, or if it has granite countertops. The things that you can't change in the process is the location and the condition of the homes. Things can be upgraded, they can be fixed, they can be brought up to the standard you want if you've got the location and the condition right. Appliances can be changed. So the things that you want to do, the things that I would do, is find out what are the best above average neighborhoods. Not the ones where everybody's potentially overspending for homes, the really ritzy, big name, you're gonna pay more per square foot neighborhoods. You want the neighborhood that is above the average and that sells more homes in that neighborhood on a year-to-year basis over an extended period of years if you're going to buy a home, live in the home, and then have to sell the homes. The thing I wouldn't choose is the trendy neighborhood. It's not necessarily, or the overpriced neighborhood. You want the one that fits the above average home. The things that I would do is I would drive the neighborhood at different times of the week, different times of the day, and just kind of mix it up and go through the neighborhood, see what's going on in the neighborhood. Go on a Friday night, see if there are loud parties, see if there's wild parties, see if there are kids running around doing things that you don't necessarily want. See if there are kids. My parents used to go to the bus stop in a neighborhood before they were PCSing to find what kids were there if they were in the same age group. What I wouldn't do is wait to be shown neighborhoods. I would go drive. And then if I saw somebody, that's the next thing. If I saw people in the yard, I would stop and talk to them. What do you like about the neighborhood? What don't you like about the neighborhood? What would you improve? What would you want to make better? What are the things that you don't like about the neighborhood? Might be something you can live with. Just don't assume it's a good place to live if you haven't asked enough questions. The other thing I would find out, we need to bring these back up, find out how close you are to the major employers. That's going to help determine how much your home retains its value. Is it close to the major employers? The other thing the thing I wouldn't do is I wouldn't fight traffic. That's me. Traffic is not fun, does not add value, doesn't do anything. The other thing I would find out, what are the natural hazards in the area that you live? The natural hazards could be Are there hurricanes? Is there large amounts of rain? Is there potential flooding? Is it in a flood zone? Is it whatever? You need to find out what the natural hazards are and what the risks are in the neighborhood you're looking at. I would not assume just because something hasn't happened that it won't happen. I've heard it so many times, and I think it's crazy. Well, the house has been there since 1950 something and it hasn't flooded. That doesn't mean it's not going to flood. You're not looking at the totality of time, and you're talking decades when the world is significantly older than that. You know, 100-year flood, you could be coming up on that 100th year. The other thing I would do is I would visit the grocery stores and Walmart and see who my neighbors are going to be. You can tell a lot by where people shop, who's shopping there, what times they shop, who they are, and hey, do you want to live with them? The one thing I wouldn't do is I wouldn't not have a plan. You need a plan. If you don't have a plan and you don't have alternatives, you're screwed. You're not going to have good things. The next thing I would do, inspect. You know, once you're under contract, you want to inspect and you want to have the ability to cancel because of the inspection results. Just because you find something that is not necessarily in your favor still does not preclude you from buying that house. If you find out the roof needs to be replaced, find out if the seller is willing to replace the roof. You get a brand new roof, not a bad plan, you know, if you get a roof. The thing that I wouldn't do is I would not chase sunk cost. Even if the house turns out to be a house that you do not want to purchase, losing the EMD, the earnest money deposit, might be cheaper in the long run than buying a money pit. And the last thing that I would do is make sure you start getting insurance quotes on the homes that you think you want to buy, because insurance and utilities are going to be the things that will still increase over time. With a mortgage, you're going to lock in your payment, but insurance, taxes, and utilities are the things that are going to be a continuing increase in cost. So these are the things that I would do. Find a realtor that can help you do these things. Make a plan, execute the plan. Happy house hunting. If you got questions, give me a call, like and subscribe. If you got any other questions, direct message me. Have a good day.